Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we have a nice product from VEVOR. It is a VEVOR BackPack Leaf Blower, 52cc 2-cycle, and it's really a nice outfit. And here's what you get, right down to a fuel mixing tank, because this is 2-cycle, means you're going to add oil to the gas. It's a 40-to-1 ratio, and this little special tank has the oil reservoir over here. It has the gas over here, and the two will mix. We'll get into that in a moment. You also get a funnel to pour the gas into the tank right here, and you get your user manual, which is going to explain the setup of the nozzle. It has to be assembled, and also information about mixing the gas and oil, and a layout of the parts, identifying each of the parts. And so it's quite nicely laid out. Also, you get a tool bag that has these tools in it, a little set of, well, it's actually one wrench. And you get two Allen tools. Right here, one is a little larger than the other. And also you get a screwdriver and a spark plug wrench right here to remove the spark plug if it gets fouled or you need to clean it. You got that. And the Phillips screwdriver. You also get a small flat tip screwdriver. The next thing you get is the nozzle. There's 4 elements over there that go together, and we will be showing the assembly of the nozzle. Right here is the handle control that's already connected. The nozzle, once we assemble it, is going to fit into here, and right here with the nozzle control, there's your accelerator right there. This is a throttle lock. You pull this down and you can push that up, and it will hold it without you having to hold the throttle button. Now when you're finished or you want to reduce the speed a little bit, you can just push down or take it all the way off. Right here is the on and off button. Before you start working on it, this should be in the off position, and only put it in the on position when you're ready to start the engine. So, and this is the way when you're finished with the blowing job, you can turn it off and the engine will die. So in order to start the engine, this button has to be in the on position. It's off right now. Okay. One other thing you get, which is very important, is ear protection. And right here, this will move back and forth to accommodate your different head sizes of people that are going to use the blower. All right. Now, we're going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to show the first step is assembling those 4 pieces. We will start with this end right here, and I've got them in the order they go, and you can see there's a screw right here. And if you look up, if this screw is down too far, you won't be able to connect the pieces. So the first thing you have to do is move this screw up so that it's out of the way. And then you will take the next piece, which has a place for the screw to screw into, and what you're going to do is, when this is finished connected, this will be into that area, and this one will be into that round area, and then the screw will line up. So you have to turn it like this, push it in, and then turn it. Okay, push in, and then turn all the way, and then you would take a screwdriver and screw this in. You need to take this out and look down there and see if it's lined up with the screw hole. Actually, the screw slot in there is not lined up, I have to pull out and move it. Okay, now you probably can't see it, but it's lined up, and then you can put the screw in and then you can feel it snap in, and then once you get her in there, you'll feel it go into the screw, just like that. And what that does is keeps it from vibrating loose. You may not need the screw if you're just doing a small job, or if you want to take this apart. Okay, then you take the next one, and then you will take this screw and make sure, I'll just go ahead and take it out as we showed so that I can line them up. When these two are completed, you can't put this in yet, because if you'll notice, you have a channel here and a place for it to ride the throttle control, which is right here. We'll pull it over. It needs to be assembled at this point. So you hold the throttle control like this, and then you line this up with a notch right here. So this is going to go up, and let me just put it around so you can see it. There's the notch. You want to open this up so that this will spread out, and so you line this. This will actually, when you put it in, these two lobes can go in just like that, and then turn it, and then slide this. This is a guide, and then you just go right on up to this point right there, and then you tighten this up. Because whenever you need to turn the end of that nozzle when it's on, you'll see that you can move this back and forth. We take this screw out as we did before so that we can line them up. Okay, again, we want the screw right there is going to line up with that hole. So you got to go over this way, move it counterclockwise, go in here, because when we twist to the right, it'll line up. Go all the way, and then look in there, and I see that I'm lined up with it. So now I will just push this in and then screw it down. And push in, and you will feel it line up and tighten. Okay. Now, that's all complete, and now we're ready to connect this and the nozzle and the blower backpack. So, there's a bigger end here, smaller end. The smaller is going to go there, larger end here. Same thing, there's two sides of hose clamps. And so what we'll do is pull this around, and we put this on first and have the screw facing you. Then put this on, move this over, and get your screwdriver. Pull it down a little bit so you'll have this on top like. Tighten it up. Okay, and now that's on there tight. All right, when you're ready to install the nozzle and hand control to this, you put this over top and kind of get it where it's won't slip around. Okay, like that. All right, now make sure your cable is properly out of the way, and also that the handle is up. And then you're going to put this in, twist it, and pull it all the way up as far as you can get it. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then right in here, we're going to tighten it up. Okay, and you don't want this pulling loose. Now, when you finish, this should move around like that so that you can direct the nozzle air in the direction you want. Okay, now we're going to talk about fueling. And right here is the little mixing tank. And there's different measurements. There's 25 to 1 is here. And notice it's 10, and there's a mark, 5, and then a mark. These are to allow you to fill this with a certain amount of gas, like if you want to fill it half full, put it on 5, and then you find the mixture of oil and gas, which is 40 to 1 for this. Right here is 40 to 1. Right down here is 10, a line, 5, and a line. If you're going to mix half of this, maybe that's all the gas you want to mix, then you would pour gas in here and you fill it up to that 5. Then over here you fill this up after you put the top on, if you have gas in there, tight, and then you put this 40 to 1 oil in there, and you put this up to the 5 line right there. So this is your 40 to 1 mixture. So you have 5 of oil and 5 of gas, and then that is the mixture. Now you have to mix them, and what you do is put this on tight, make sure it's on tight, because what you're going to do is, these are 2 separate reservoirs. You turn this over and allow all the oil to come out and go in to mix with the gas. Then you shake it up, and then when it's all mixed, you'll have this up to 5, maybe a little bit higher since you have oil. Then you open this up, open the fuel tank, so that I didn't have to go through this, but explain it. You put this in here, and kind of push that over to the side, and then you hold this, and then you've got the gas side of it open. Slowly pour this in and watch and make sure you don't overflow it. And then once you're finished, you put the cap back on, and this will probably be empty if you only did the half. And then you can mix each time, you can mix up the amount of fuel you want for your exercise leaf blower operation. Okay, there you go. And now we're going to look at starting the engine. We're not going to start it in the garage, but just explain it so that when we go out to the driveway, we can start it and we'll have a good idea how it works. Okay, right here is the choke, and this is the open position, which is the run position down. But to crank it, when it's cold, you pull this all the way up and it closes the choke off, which allows it to pull gas into the system to ignite it with the spark plug. Okay, now there is a priming you have to do. And the priming is up under right here. It says prime 6 times. There's a bulb, a little clear bulb, and it's right up here, right in there. So you have to reach your finger, you can get your middle finger up on it, right there, and then you press it 6 times, and that is a pump that's pumping fuel up into the intake system. And then it's ready to go, and then you pull this until you feel the resistance of the engine a few times, and then once you feel the resistance, then you pull this. Now I've got this off, so I'm going to pull it and I'm going to take this off so I don't flood it when I go to start it. I'm just going to pull this out. and that's how you start it. And that's what we'll do out there. Okay, she's still off. Now you have some air cleaners here, right here, and that's why they give you a screwdriver that you can take off. And it's all covered in the user manual. So there is a certain amount of maintenance that you need to do, and that's where you take it loose. And it's explained in here for the maintenance. There's one other main thing, and that is the strap system. When you pull this backpack leaf blower out of the box, it'll be kind of like this, hooked together, and just you have no idea, except in the book they do show how this looks when you have it on, but not a lot of detail about this little clip right here. Notice how that's shaped, and what you do is this goes in, and you want to see how the strap goes. You want to put it in this hole. There's a hole right here, and what you do, and you want to keep this straight, so actually you go over this way, and see, that keeps it straight. And that's what secures the bottom to the top, and it's attached up here. Okay, now we look at the other side, and there's also a hole right over there. And again, this one, you want to keep it straight, so this one will come in from the top like this, and you just simply go over and kind of twist this a little bit, and it'll line up, and there you go. And now this makes a nice little table to mount this, and I'm going to show mounting it. But right here is the belly strap, which I've got clamped, and these are the adjusting straps. They hang over. I'll show you what we can do with those in a moment. But right now it's ready to put on, and if yours comes without these attached, now you know where they go. Put on my earphones. Now, pull this up, pump this 6 times with my middle finger, feeling up underneath there. I feel the little ball. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I turn the handle on, and now I pull this. have to take it off your back to restart it though, because you can't reach the pull crank. Okay folks, I think you see it will do the job for you too. I want to thank you very much for watching my video.